Sweet. Looks like that went through. Nice. Sweet. How you doing, guys? It's your boy. And we're heading out for work. You know the drill. This time, though, we're not doing Doordash quite yet. So, I got approved for a roadie at CVS. Haven't done one of those in a hot minute. And I'm actually waiting on another one. It's also at the same CVS. So if I manage to get that, that would be a $13 stack. So that would be heckin' dope. I figure I'm working around roadie 2. Oh wait, did I get it? Oh no, I didn't get it yet. Okay. But yeah, after I get those done, we're going to continue doing our journey to 100% AR with Doordash. Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Let's see. I know Vince was here. See, orange share bear, purple share bear. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. You guys are heckin' dope. So yeah, for anyone that missed it, I did manage to get a really good order from Shipped yesterday. It was tough, and I had a bit of a moment, I guess. But it worked out in the end, and I managed to get a $40 cash tip for it. So that order was enough to propel me over $100 yesterday. And then I got a couple pretty decent Doordashes after that. So we had a solid day yesterday, man. And that was the second day in a row during the week. Like the weekdays. Where I managed to crack $100. So that was awesome. And now that it's the weekend, I think we can pull that off again. What do you guys think? We got it, baby. We did it. So we got both of them. Oh. Hey, Zed. How you doing? Good to see you. We're just heading out. Gonna get some orders done. Yeah. Landlord just got back home. Good timing. Now we're gonna head out. Oh. Got it. All right. So $13, about 2 miles in total. Good way to start today. Hope you guys want to come along on my journey. Getting the roadie odies, and then we need exactly 96 more Doordash orders to get that perfect acceptance rate. We're at 99, and we've got exactly 96 orders to go. So, hope you guys want to tag along on my journey to that 100% AR with Doordash. And it doesn't matter if we get another set. Let's see, Zed says, you got me kind of intrigued. Alright, cool beans, Zed. Well, I don't remember if this is your first time here. You might have been here before. But if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Appreciate having you. My name is Mike. I ride a bike. I do all kinds of cool things and stuff. So I appreciate you guys being here with me thus far. You guys are helping tremendously to help make my YouTube dreams come true. Stream's chopping up. Uh, no big deal, but yeah, I was just saying welcome to Zed, and hope they find the channel entertaining in some way, shape, or form. All about deep chickas. I'm probably not pronouncing your name right. Oh, MK? Goddamn choppiness. Stop it! I'll flip the phone. I flip the phone, well, whenever I want. It's my channel. I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm about to show you. We're heading over to CVS. So first and foremost, don't tell me what to do. Please ask. Appreciate that. Hey Eric, how you doing, buddy? We're actually picking up some roadies. Record highs today. Well, maybe that'll translate to record highs of money. I'll catch up with you guys in a second. Okay. Oh, I know where this is at. Let's get it. Welcome everyone that's just popping in. Alright, we're good. Good. Yeah. Yeah, welcome everyone that's just coming in. We got 2 roadie orders from CVS, $13 for about 2 miles of commuting. So that's how we're starting the day off. And then we're gonna put Doordash back on. see what we can get from there. How you doing, Bud Files? Colleen, Steve, good to see you guys. Guys and gals, and all my favorite pals. How's everyone doing this morning? Anyone got special plans today? What's on your agenda? Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Just gotta drop off this first order. Let's see, who are we picking up for? Or dropping off? May. All right, one order down. Got the other one. Okay, where's this one at? Oh, I know where this is at too. Okay. All right, we got one down for the count. So that's $6.50. That one went like less than a mile. And then we only got to go about a mile more for this one. It doesn't put us in the best position, the best geographical location to get Doordash orders, but we're still going to go for it, see what we can get. So anyone got anything special going on today? Any weekend plans? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below. This next order's coming right up. It's only straight ahead on the right. Then we're gonna try to snag some Doordashes. Okay, hope they're looking. Hope they're looking. Okay. They weren't really looking, but at least they didn't move. Okay. see. Chip says, just getting ready to run errands. Oh, cool beans. Yeah, running errands, good. I usually like to take the daytime hours on Tuesdays to do it, but I've been working more lately, so it's been a little more opportunistic, I guess. Okay, so which one is this exactly? Okay, apartment B. Got it. So that's going to be second to last on the right. And Shea Bear saying, hello to everybody. That is nice. Very nice. Okay. For everyone that's popping in, just don't forget to hit that like button. That would be heckin' dope. Yeah, we'll drop this off and take it from there. How's it going?
Have a good day, man. You use an electric bike. That's kind of cool.
Yep, that's how I roll. Have a good day. Right. Let's roll. Alright, that was a pretty easy $13, huh guys? That was easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we got $13 in the little piggy bank. Now, let's put Doordash back on, and we'll take it from there. I like roadie. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing roadies all day, if I could. I just never get enough of them, you know. But they do stack up, man. Especially if you're dropping like 2 or 3 of them off at a time. Easy money. Okay, so we got about 4 hours more that I'm going to be staying out. Or, I'll give it up to 4 hours, I mean. And I'll give you guys a little update on how we're doing with Doordash so far, so you guys know what we're working with. So our overall stats right now, so we're still at 99% acceptance rate with Doordash. We've completed every order we've taken, and we get most of our orders delivered on time, as you can see here. We have an almost perfect customer score of 4.98 out of 5. And we've delivered 220 Doordash orders in the past 30 days. and well over 3,000 lifetime. We still have our Pro Shopper as well. We got that Pro Shopper promo going on until May 31st. So we're going to keep capitalizing on it. As you can see, 97% of total original items found. Total items in general is 100% because we found everyone. And then we've had no issues with substitutions, the quality of the items, or if anything was wrong or missing. So overall, some pretty solid stats. And we've got exactly 96 orders to go with Doordash to get that perfect acceptance rate. So hope you guys feel like tagging along on my journey. Hey, no problem, Chip. You know, I'd like to be as transparent as possible with you guys about what's going on with my Doordash journey, things and stuff. Chip said the thing. Chip said NOICE. That's heckin' dope. So I'm gonna head west, since my likelihood of getting an order over this way is very high. But you never know. DoorDash likes to throw us a bone in the most random places at times. Not always to my benefit, but nonetheless, at least we get paid. I've also got shipped on, like I have been. So if I happen to get any good opportunities from them, you know we're gonna snatch them up. And I'm gonna double check Roadie, see if there's anything else in the metro. So one thing I like about Roadie, they're metro based, like shipped. So if there's an offer available, if they don't necessarily send you one, you can still open the metro and you may or may not see offers available, so then you can claim them. They have you wait up to 15 minutes to match you with the order. And if you do get matched, then you get notified. And they're pretty cool about the amount of time that you spend working on the order. So they're not as time demanding as these other apps like DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats. So that's always pretty neat. Yeah, looks like we got a dirt bike. Nice. Hey Charles, how you doing, buddy? I did 2 back-to-back roadies, Charles. They were both $6.50 from CVS. It only took about 2 miles total. Wow, that's some grade A driving. How's your day going, Charles? We're gonna get blocked off over here. Alright, come on, don't move up, don't move up. Let's see, you getting ready to make a nickel? Yeah, I hear you there, Charles. As long as you're out there working, at least you're making a nickel, right? Oh, let's go, baby. We got our first Doordash of the day. Okay, this order's not too bad. I was already heading that direction anyway. So, $5. They say it's 2 miles. It's more like 2.5. But that's still not that bad. So, you figure I was already heading that direction. Might as well take it. So, Charles, if you're still here, man, we've got 95 more orders to go before we get 100% acceptance rate. So let me put that in the chat. Here we go. Just give myself a little reminder. And I know it's exactly 95 because I know the order I got when it switched over to 99% AR. I've been looking at that like a hawk, you know what I mean? So when it turned over like that, I was all right. I was like, all right, so we got 99 from that point on. Then it was 98 yesterday afternoon before I went back out for work in the evening. We got 2 of them in the evening yesterday, so that put us at 96. This puts us at 95. So we're getting there. Been there, done that. Yeah. And here's the thing too, right? This journey that we're on to 100% AR might just be the first documented case where a bike dasher gets perfect AR with Doordash. It just might be. So we're making history here too, man. We're making history with this channel as well. I don't recall any other bike dashers on documented record that have 100% AR. So we just might be the first to pull it off. Maybe not the first in history, but the first documented case. That's a key distinction, right? Because not everybody that does Doordash documents their journey. So we'll see how that goes, you know? Either way, it's pretty cool. Oh, you're gonna cherry pick now, Charles? Ah, I got you, man. I mean, whatever you feel's best for you, man. You know, at the end of the day, you are your own test subjects in your respective market. So if you feel like one strategy comes up short, it never hurts to make a hard pivot towards a different one. That's what led me to Platinum in the first place, was the fact that I just kept coming up short financially in my market without it. Plus, I also can't get hours on my bike in my market without Platinum, so that's pretty significant as well. I'm sure you would understand. But yeah, we're getting that perfect AR, and we'll be the first bike dasher in documented history to do it. So I'm excited. Oh shit. What the Hey! I know you saw me, man. Come on, don't do that. Shit. Unbelievable. Historical figure. More like a hysterical figure. Well, maybe. I don't know. Hey, Lady Sky, how you doing? Looks like Chip's heading out. Take care, B. Appreciate you being here with me. Hopefully those errands go good for you. Alright, I gotta wait to cross over. Alright. Come on, keep moving. Keep moving. Alright, we're good. Ah! Let's see, Lady Sky says she's doing good. Hey, I'm doing all right too, Lady Sky. We got a $40 cash tip from that big shipped order that I worked on yesterday. So that was pretty neat. That was enough to help get us well over $100 yesterday. Because we got some Doordashes after that. We did some roadie orders earlier today. 13 miles, $13 for 2 miles. So that was really good. And I'm gonna pick up this first DoorDash for the day, $5 for 2.5 miles. Hey Kane, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. You just ordered from Uber Eats. What'd you wind up getting? Did you get a sofritas veggie burrito from Chipotle? Did you get a day of cheese pizza? Okay, you got bread, tofurkey, Follow Your Heart, vegan mayo, vegan cheese from Follow Your Heart. Oh, right on. Yeah, it sounds tasty. You know, Publix, they have those vegan subs there too. They call it a vegan BLT. You know, the vegan turkey BLT. They're pretty darn good too. I haven't had one in a while, but they're pretty darn good. And I just got to cross the street so we can get to McDonald's. Ranch bacon daya. Oh, right on. Chorizo seitan. That sounds yum-tastic. That sounds heckin' yum-tastic. Oh, this is interesting. So, we just got another memo on this order. I've seen this around too. They're saying this is a top customer. Deliver with care. I've been seeing those more lately. So, I wonder why they call them top customer. Maybe because they place a lot of orders with DoorDash, I guess. Because, I mean, we're only making $5. So, it can't be because of the tips, I don't think. Maybe it's just the fact they must place a lot of orders, I guess. I don't know. But either way, it's all good. And we're going to cross over in just a bit. Let's see how many of these drivers are not going to give me the right of way. Hold on! Shit! Don't beep! I'm crossing! Shit! You all need to start looking out for people like me. I don't want to turn into another statistic. Yeah, less beeping, more paying attention, everyone. Come on. There's a reason why that driver wasn't moving. They saw me. They were letting me go. Imagine that, right? People give you a hard time because you're doing the right thing. That's the kind of world we live in, ladies and gents. That is not heckin' dope whatsoever. That is no bueno. Mike, do you like having corntastic mornings to start your day? Yes, I do. I sure do, Kane. Alright, we're gonna run inside real quick, pick up this McDonald's order for, who was it, Alicia, the quote-unquote top customer. They probably just order a lot. I think that's why they're called top customer. But anyway, let's get done. I'll be right back. Alright, we just got Alicia's order, guys. It's pretty small, and I think it's got some coffee. No, it's a large Coke. So I'm gonna hang it off my bike. I get one of those handlebar extenders in the mail today. I'm going to use that so I can carry stuff on the front without having to hang it off the bike directly. So that'll give me a little more room to, lug some cargo. Let's see. You got that the other day. Nothing different about it. The customer I delivered to does order a lot. Yeah, I think that's why they call it top customer. It's probably just the fact they order a lot. I mean, that being said, this order's small, so I'm sure they're tipping at least a couple bucks. So that's something. Do I like demand DOS? I don't know what that is, Kane. Hey, Blessed Mama. Good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Hey, Dean. How you doing, man? Oh, yeah, we're tapping into the hustle, buddy. We did some roadies earlier. It was two of them. One was at the front desk. One was at the pharmacy. It's pulling us down. Snap! Actually, I got a better idea. Hold on. So we made $13 for 2 miles with those orders. That was pretty neat. And we got our first Doordash. It's five for 2.5 at McDonald's. We're going to drop that off now. And yeah, I'm getting my handlebar extender in the mail today. I'm using that so I can put a front basket on this bike. So it makes it a little easier to carry some more stuff without having to directly put it in the bag. I mean, I don't mind doing that. That's just something you got to do. But it does give me a little more leeway with some stuff. Like, if I go in a store and I'm just picking up like a small bag of things, or we're picking up a roadie prescription, just throw it right in the basket. I could also detach it and use it like a hand basket when I'm shopping at the store. So it's pretty neat in that sense too. It's completely collapsible too. Hey, Positive Pokes, am I doing better today? Yeah, I'm doing better today, man. I mean, I was doing better after I got that order done. When I have my moments like that, I'm not gonna I don't like televising it, so that's why I muted you guys and kept it turned around for a couple minutes. I just needed to let it out, and I know myself by now, right? I've gotten older, and I'm able to reflect back on how I've dealt with experiences that, where those kinds of thoughts kick in and they start beating me down. It's like, all right, I'm just going to let those thoughts do their thing for a hot minute, and then it'll be over, and we get back on our feet and we keep going. And, given the fact we doubled our goal yesterday, that also was really nice. Plus the fact, you guys are cheering me on and everything. It really means a lot. You guys just being here, hanging out with me. Building that heckin' dope sense of community here. You guys rock. Hey, Kevin, good to see you. We're dropping off our first Doordash for the day. $5, 2.5 miles at McDonald's. Turn that around a little bit. We're just taking some shortcuts. Which way are you going? All right, I'm going that way. So you go first. Trying to get comfortable with the lives. Don't sweat it, Dean. Just be yourself, man. Just be yourself. That's really all that counts. Whatever stories you feel like telling, whatever experiences you feel like sharing, whatever stuff you feel like talking about, there's an audience for all of it. And, I know a lot of us, we can relate to each other because we've got those similar experiences where we're out here and we're just doing our thing. We're trying to make ends meet, make livable, just like make an honest living, maybe an income bridge towards a greater prospect in life. taking care of family members, you name it, right? So it's us being able to share those experiences with each other that really enforces that sense of community here. You know what I mean? So as long as you're just being yourself, you know, that's really all people want, man. It's just be yourself. And if you don't always have much to say, that's fine too. That's just part of being human. You know, we don't always have a lot to say, and sometimes we just don't have the words for it, or whatever. That's fine. So I wouldn't sweat those kind of moments either, if any of that comes to mind. You know, just be yourself and do your thing. And people do care, right? People care. People want to support you. And, you know, that's just a ton of motivation to keep going. Takes almost 5 years, only 3% get monetized. Oh, it's not taking that long for us, folks. I only started this channel November, and we're already almost there. Now, of course, this isn't my first foray with YouTube. I've talked about my previous outings with YouTube, but, you know, we're actually making it happen this time with this channel. It's going to happen by the summer, mark my words. Look at what you said. What did you make? Have you ever hit a drum like Tough Guy in Mike's house in Baby Shark Land? That's a lot to unpack there, Kane. All I can say is yes, no, maybe, kind of, sort of, somewhat. I hope that helps. Alright, we just made it. 29:12. Actually, I went slightly past it, but we're in the plaza, so. Oh, it's 2911. I thought it was 2912. So it's the opposite side of the building. It does that in pretty distinct spots, as you guys. Uh, 207 over here. Okay, well, we're right on time, so that's good. Watch out, squirrel. But yeah, when you surround yourself with a lot of supportive people and you're consistent with what you're doing, you can get monetized way sooner than 5 years. But of course, we all know it takes a lot of time and effort to get there. Right? It does take the time and effort and dedication to it, so. Alright, we dropped that off. $5, 2.5 miles. 95 more orders to go. So here's another little bit of perspective I want you guys to think about with getting monetized on YouTube. Just because, you know, something says it takes 5 years to get monetized doesn't mean it'll take you 5 years to get monetized. Right? Someone else's inability to get monetized on YouTube in a short period of time is not your experience. You can get monetized possibly sooner than that, more likely than not sooner than that, if you're able to do what you need to do to get there and surround yourself with people that will help you. So the whole thing with like giving wrenches to people so they can subscribe to you is not simply just bumping up your sub count. You are opening that possibility for people to share your best of interests to help you get to whatever your particular goal is. And perhaps the favor can be returned in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I mean, obviously that should be something to talk, to be talked about, that kind of thing. But you're going to have people that are invested in what you're doing, and when you're open and honest about what you're trying to accomplish with your audience, they'll help you get there, at least in any way, shape, or form that they can, You do those kind of things, you do that stuff, and you keep grinding with some kind of consistency with your output on the channel, you can get to monetization a lot sooner than you might think. I can't promise anything, nothing's guaranteed, but you will be much more likely to get to your goal a lot sooner when you implement those kind of strategies. So forget about that whole 5-year thing. That's bullshit. Who cares? Just because it took 5 years for other people to get monetized doesn't mean it's going to take you 5 years to get monetized. It doesn't mean it's going to take me 5 years. I'm going to get monetized this summer. And there's no reason why it won't. And that's what I've set my sights on. And if that goal really matters that much to you, then give yourself a realistic time that you can potentially expect monetization on your channel based on your ability to grow it, based on your consistency, or if there's room for improvement with that, based on whatever you need to pay attention to. And do what it takes to get there. You will get there. Whoever this applies to, it could apply to Positive Pokes, it could apply to somebody else. But forget about that 5-year thing. That's bullshit. They just base that on data from people that got monetized, not the people who are trying to get monetized. You want to get monetized less than 5 years from now, then you'll get monetized less than 5 years from now. But you need to do what it takes to get there. Plain and simple. And who cares if people don't agree with that goal or whatever, right? Who cares if people say like, oh, you're not going to make much money on YouTube, or oh, that's not very significant because I have $750,000 net worth and I like to flex my superiority on people around me, or whatever that kind of crap. Who cares? It doesn't matter. If that goal matters to you, then that's all that matters. And people like you for who you are. People want to see you succeed in life. And if they're able to support you in some way, shape, or form, they're going to. Like you guys, for example. You guys are powerhouses that are helping make my YouTube career come true. You really are. You guys are just helping tremendously with that. And if I got something to say and something I can do to help other people get monetized, you're goddamn right I'm going to do it. Like I have been. And I know a ton of you guys are doing the same. Right? Because that's a big part of our community here. We want to help each other grow. We want to help each other accomplish whatever particular goal that we have on this platform. Even if we don't have monetization goals, if you just want to like make a ton of friends and connections, then that's another thing that a ton of people that are invested in you are going to help you with too. You know? So forget about articles that say it takes 5 years to get monetized. That's just based on people that already got monetized. And just because it took them 5 years doesn't mean it'll take you 5 years. Someone's problem with getting monetized on YouTube like that isn't yours. Whatever your goal is, man, set your sights on it. Make friends, make connections. People are going to help you get there. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Joe. Hey, Corey. Good to see you guys. Good to still see you here, Colleen. See, Colleen knows what I'm saying. Right? To borrow a phrase from someone I know, keep on keeping on. Right? That's what Colleen says in the chat. Keep on keeping on. And I couldn't agree more. And while you guys are at it, definitely go show Colleen some love in the chat. Click on her name, friend of Dash's and more. Subscribe to her channel, like her videos, do all those good things and stuff. Keep on keeping on. Alright, we're at Culver's now. This order's only $2, so there's probably not a tip. Maybe there'll be one afterwards, I don't know. But hey, our rules are rules, right? Take every order. This means we will be at 94 more orders to go. So there we go. All right. Do. No problem, Colleen. The pleasure is all mine. I'll be right out. Okay, so the order was ready. Kevin says, nice. Nice indeed. Or should I say, noise. Yeah, figure it's probably 2 meals, no tip from either one, huh? Hey, it could be a cash tip, you never know. Okay. So we got the order. We got our $2 order. Well, if you got a problem with it only being $2, why don't you get a real job? Don't you love that? Get a real job. Start working for tips. To them, I'm like, don't tell me how to live my life. Besides, you're allowed to complain about something related to your work and still like what you do, right? They act as if you can't do that. Like, yeah, I don't like the fact that customers don't tip, you know? But at the same time, I like doing delivery work on my bike. So why should I not do delivery work just because I have a problem with a customer not tipping? Like, you might as well just tell employees, like, you know, cashiers and waitresses to not bitch about their job. Or get a real job, you know? It's like, they can like what they do and still have complaints about what they do. Makes sense, right? I don't see the problem with that. But I digress. Whatever. And who knows? Maybe I'll wind up getting a really good order after this one. We'll see. Maybe we'll get the coveted $30 shopping order. What do you guys think? You think we're gonna get a $30 shopping order today? Let me know in the comment section down below. Oh wow, this is a handed to customer. Oh boy. Oh man. This no tip order is a handed to customer. You think we're gonna get a cash tip, guys? What do you think? You think we're gonna get a cash tip as we hand it directly to the customer? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section down below. And see, I can laugh about this stuff too, you know? That matters to me. Being able to laugh off these experiences. Hey, how's it going?
Trying to make you walk. I just got a bad sunburn.
Oh, it's okay.
You too. Grab two.
No shame. No shame. Okay. Mark is delivered and done. Yeah, that's some tip, cheapskate. Oh man. Man, some people have no shame, dude. Thank you, I appreciate you. No tip. Oh man. Hey, we're at $20 for the day. That's something. Let's see, Joe says, you're doing a great job, Mike. Thanks, Joe. Glad you feel that way. Glad you guys can see that. You know, I give it my all, love and care with every order. Like, yeah, it sucks that not every customer actually appreciates that. You know, they'll say it, but then, like, all right, well, actions speak louder than words. I digress. But that's okay. Because enough customers are appreciative to where it feels worthwhile, even when you get the occasional dud. Ow! Like this one. Oh, come on. Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going on the sidewalk then. Thanks for nothing, guys. Unbelievable. What a nuisance. Ring a ding ding. I'm gonna open up my roadie, see if there's any roadie orders again. Yeah, it doesn't look like we got any roadies. So we're gonna head back to my main zone, take it from there. Yeah, that'd be heckin' dope, man. We get a $30 order after this. I also figured too, right? Even if this order was $2 and the customer was fake, let's be honest, they were fake. These just still made $2. I wouldn't have gotten anything at all if I declined it. I only get orders like that when it's slow. Contrary to popular belief, you know, there's this big stigma around Platinum where people think that, like, oh, well, they just send you all the no-tip orders, right? The Plat gang, they just get all the no-tip orders. That isn't necessarily true. Depends on when you work. You know, Friday mornings are usually pretty slow in my area. So the quality of the orders is going to leave something to be desired. But that's fine, because I'm out here, I'm working, I'm getting watch time, hanging out with you guys. And we're working towards our perfect acceptance rate. So it's not in vain, even if it doesn't always work out in my favor, it's not in vain. You know, it just is what it is. You win some, you lose some. Ow! But at least you win some. And the winning part is enough for me to keep going, ain't it? But I digress. Yeah, if Candy was here right now, she would say, release the $30 shopping order. And let's see, Kevin says, "Hello, Joe." And Joe says, "Hello, Kevin." Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Well, in general, but today as well. Alrighty. Come on, Doordash, what do you got for me? What has thou gotteth for me? No shipped orders yet. I am on the schedule. They send me orders whenever there's anything available. So we'll rule that out. And no roadies at the moment. So pretty much Doordash. Once I get to that 100% acceptance rate again, or not again, but once we get there, once we conclude our 100% acceptance rate journey, we're gonna put Grubhub and Uber Eats back on. Just gotta cross over. No. Can't move. Blocking my. Alright, thanks. at least they apologized and backed up. I'll grant that. See, I know I give drivers a hard time out here. Trust me, I know you guys know that about me by now. I definitely give drivers a hard time out here. But if you're just making an honest mistake and you own up to it, it's like, all right, we're cool. That's fine. You know, like she blocked my path just now, and I missed my right of way as a result because she wasn't paying attention, right? But she looked over, and she apologized, and then she backed up. It's like, all right, we're good. It's only fair. And I've had other times where, like, a driver makes a mistake like that, they apologize, and then they back up for me and let me cross. Or I let them cross and be like, hey, no hard feelings, just go ahead. It's just that, like, 99% of these experiences I have out here, the driver isn't like that. They're often aggressive, indifferent, they straight up don't care. They give me the side eye, or they pretend like they're not looking when I know they saw me. So they know what they did was bad, and they did it anyway. But oh well, I digress. So we're in the Target Plaza now, and we're gonna just wait on orders, see what we can get. Hope you guys are having a fantastical, freaky Friday. Hope you guys are getting down on Friday. Getting down with the Doordash and whatever else you guys are up to today. And that you guys have a lovely, wonderful weekend. But yeah, we're going to camp out for a little bit. Get some shade. We'll take it all from there. Okay. Oh, better. You guys remember when I used to do coffee talkie, those live streams, when I was like starting out live streaming on this channel? It would be kind of cool to bring something like that back again. I've had a bit of a time crunch lately, but I think it'd be pretty cool. We'll see how things go, you know? Let's see how we're doing battery life-wise. We are at 78% on the phone. And it's charging, so that's all good. It's about the same as this phone. Excuse me. You know, it is this damn pollen out here. I swear we get pollen like 365 days a year. Well, it's all good. And I'm gonna open up Rhodey and no Rhodey. Let's see, Kane asked, Mike, do you like vegan cheese? Yeah, I do. I don't love it, but I like it. I think Follow Your Heart makes the best ones, mainly because they taste good and they have a decent texture, even when they're not melted. I think Daya has gotten better with it too, ever since they started using the oat cream for it. Because the oat cream, it makes it melt better, right? It makes it melt better. Because the previous recipe, it would look like heated plastic on top of a piece of bread, you know? Oh, let's go, baby. We got another Doordash. Let's get it. So this one's not too bad.
It's reasonable. So $6, about 3 miles at Starbucks. Let's do it. And let's see, that's number 93, right? Yeah. So 93 to 100. There we go, guys. Let us continue on with our 100% AR journey. Our journey to 100% AR. Do you like journeys, Kane? Are you into... You like when people go on journeys? Are you a journey kind of guy? Do you like when I go on journeys, Kane? You always dislike when people diss the yellow American, because I always liked it. Oh, are you talking about the, you're talking about, like, the dairy one? Or are you talking about the follow your heart one? Because the follow your heart non-dairy cheeses, I like the Gouda one the best. That one just has a really nice taste to it. Okay, I got you. That one's okay. I think it's decent. The follow your heart American style one. I definitely like the Gouda one best though. In fact, that's probably my favorite non-dairy cheese anyway. It's really good. It's the only one that I would go out of my way to buy. I think the other ones are fine. It's just like specifically non-dairy cheese. That's the one I would outright buy again. I just haven't gotten it in a while. It is heckin' dope though. So yeah, another Doordash. Down on the count. What is that, $26 for the day? We haven't been working that long, so, you know, we're doing okay. Yeah. Something blew in my eye. So, making our way to Starbucks now. We're going to take a journey to Starbucks. Okay. What direction are you going? Where are you going? Straight? Okay. Hey Wolf, how you doing? 6 to 7 hours sleep is good. You like 8. Just try to get as much sleep as you need. That's really how I would recommend it. Is just get as much sleep as you need. If you function well on 6, go for 6. If you need 8, go for 8. You know, the amount of sleep that someone truly needs is more of a spectrum than people give it credit for. Right. Ultimately, we have to count how many REM cycles are you getting. You know, that quote unquote deep sleep. That pseudo hibernation mode for the body, right? That's basically what sleep is. It's just like mini hibernation. So how many of those kind of cycles can you realistically expect to get, and how many would you need, you know? How many would you need to be able to function adequately or potentially at your best? And when you have a general idea of that, that's what you aim for. I tend to function like I normally do with like, say about 7, maybe 8, most. I rarely sleep past 8 though. And a lot of the time I usually go for about 7. Because I figure there's always a set time frame when my mind is ready to shut off for the night. And there's a set time frame for when my mind is ready to wake up. And I usually just go by that. Just got to cross the street. Best high-calorie food for bulk? I mean, I think you already know that, Ulf. You're more than welcome to share your perspective on that if you want. But, you know, rice, some kind of grains like pasta, maybe potatoes, avocados, olives are pretty decent for that. Some high-protein dense food like TVP, tofu, seitan, beans. Maybe more supplementary stuff like protein powders and shakes. Do you like when people do sneak disses, passive-aggressive bad talk? No, I don't. Not really. Only if it's deserved. Only if it's deserved. But anyway, on that note, let's head inside. I'm going to pick up the Starbucks order, assuming that it's ready. And we'll take it from there.
Alright, let's check out Ulf's questions while I'm... what the... Do I like loaded language or loaded questions? I would say that's a loaded question, but that's a little cliched. I don't mind unpacking loaded questions. It depends, though, you know. I'm not always mentally up for it, but nonetheless, I think it's worthwhile. Sometimes, I guess. I don't know. Can be. I gotta be careful with these drinks. The coffee, I don't always have the best luck with coffee. And let's see, he had another one too. Is it hard not to cry in life? Well, it depends. Depends what you're going through. Will the future be better? Well, I can't guarantee that anything gets better, but I can say that you never know if it gets better if you don't have something to live for, or don't find something to live for. A lot of the time, it's intrinsic, you know, intrinsic value. Or the things that you can set your sights on to build intrinsic value with, aka performance accomplishment. That's a very powerful tool, as you've probably come to know, Wolf. Do I adore the way you talk to me? Is it humbling or wonderful? Or well, you are a unique and one of a kind person, Wolf, and that's why I think you're heckin' dope. On my way with your order. Coquina Elementary. I don't think I've been there before. Going down. Yeah, I know this phone's getting pretty... Oh, wow. Yeah, this phone's really hot right now. Oh, shit. Did it overheat? Ah, damn it. Okay, no. We're good. Yeah, I thought we were stuttering or whatnot. This phone's getting pretty hot. I gotta keep that airflow coming. You ordered roses, apple champagne with no alcohol to be delivered at your girlfriend's job today for her. Oh, that's very sweet of you. That is a very sweet gesture. I'm sure it's the little things like that on why she loves you. It's like that Blink-182 song. She left me roses by the stairs. Surprises let me know she cares. You know? Do you think don't mess with Jason is good advice? Probably. I think when it comes to self-preservation, that's a good idea. When it comes to trying to neutralize the threat of Jason killing other people, maybe not. But I guess that depends on how brave you are. Or courageous, right? Courageous, brave, whatever the right word might be. I would understand why not everyone would be, right? Because I think for the most part, we do have self-preservation like instincts. Like, for example, even if I don't value my life, that doesn't mean I want to get hacked up to pieces by someone wearing a hockey mask. I hope that makes sense, right?
like, if for some reason that I felt like I have nothing to live for or strive for, it doesn't mean that I want to get brutally murdered, you know? I'm not saying I feel like that. I'm just trying to think in the shoes of someone that might be thinking that way. So, I hope that makes sense. Do I think Jason Voorhees is strong? Oh, yeah. I mean, there was no way that Freddy could do anything against Jason without using his magical powers to move him around. You know, no matter how many times you'd stab him with your finger knives, Jason would just, like, chop you up to pieces, beat the shit out of him, you know? So as far as like sheer brawn, yeah, like Jason's a powerhouse. Now we know that brawn isn't everything, of course. Hence the whole magical powers thing with Freddy. That gave him an advantage with certain things. Like if he was able to keep himself away from Jason, like a considerable distance away, he has the advantage. But in close combat, well, it's not even close, it's Jason. Hands down. And I know Freddy himself would know that. Ghostface or Michael Myers? Definitely Michael Myers. Shit. Unbelievable. At least say something. Don't just fucking look at me, man. What the hell? Damn. Another person doing this shit. I know I didn't have the camera facing my direction, but another pickup driver makes a left-hand turn and doesn't look and see me crossing. It's not even just pickup drivers, but man, like they do it more than anyone else, man. Sorry, but it's got to be said. Heckin' dope, small things, things cool. Attract all kinds of people, Mike. I've seen some here, I like it, something else. Yeah. But yeah, Michael Myers would win because, as they established in the reboot trilogy, he's kind of transcended his own, like, humanity. So, that basically puts him as, like, a supernatural threat. Meanwhile, the Ghostface is just technically whoever's the main villain in that particular film. Or in some cases, villains. But they're still humans. You can still just kill them like you could any other human. But Michael Myers, you gotta like go do some really extreme shit just to put him down for the count. You know? Those are my thoughts on that. Kevin says almost to 730 subs. Yeah, we're getting there. And the goal is to crack over 800 subs by the end of the month. You figure we're basically halfway there, or we're at the halfway point of the month. And you figure, what, 70, well, we got like 72, 73 subs to get there. So, we'll get there. Do Deons fall easily in love apart from their saviors? You know, I'm not sure. Because one thing I notice about them is they're very like-minded outside of, you know, outside of veganism. You know, they're very like-minded with other subjects too. That's not exactly a compliment. You know, that's not exactly a compliment. So you could make some kind of assumptions that maybe they do or they don't, depending on whether or not they do or don't. I don't really know. I wouldn't exactly say they're the most loyal crowd of people. So maybe not. I'm gonna say maybe not. about. Okay. Go! No, go! You're on the... Shit. You don't need to be nice, just get off the main road. It's like that kind of stuff's pretty dangerous, man. I'll catch up with your comments in a second. Alright, we're good. Good. Ow! Alright, we're good. Nice. Okay. Now let's get back to answering questions. So, Kane asks something. Do I dislike Dion? Do you mean deontology or deontologists? Because that's an important distinction. If we're talking strictly deontology, I don't hate it, but I do feel like... Okay, yeah, it was stuttering a little bit anyway. But yeah, like, I don't hate deontology, but it does have some problems. So, really the biggest one is that having a 100% abidement of principle means that you have to be permissive of undesirable outcomes with certain situations. So it is kind of saying that principle matters more than outcome, if you want to look at it that way. And if someone is like outcomes above all else, then they're going to have a big difference in values that way, right? So there are people that care about outcomes as the bottom line rather than principle as the bottom line. They're not really going to see eye to eye if they're on the extreme ends of each other. They're not willing to compromise, I guess. There are just people like that. I know that threshold deontology is supposed to be like a middle ground. But it's having permissiveness to the violation of principle in favor of desired outcomes. And when I say violation, it isn't... It's a bit of a loose term, I guess. Like, let's say, for example, you're out camping with your friends, and you happen to be camping in an area that is like the territory of a bear or a tiger. And you come across that bear or tiger and they're being extremely aggressive, like they're being very hostile. They're probably... What are you doing? Shit. Let's say that the bear or the lion, they make the first move against you. What is the cyclist here doing? It's like let's say that the only desired outcome, not desired outcome. Alright, I'm moving around this pickup truck that's behind me. They're being very impatient for no reason. But yeah, when it comes to ultimately the whole deontology thing is an argument of principle versus outcomes. And threshold deontology is supposed to be a middle ground for that, where for the most part they abide by principle, but there are times where they acknowledge that there are times where upholding principle no matter what leads to undesired outcomes. So they're permissive of a temporary violation of principle if it means desired outcomes, in favor of desired outcomes in those morally ambiguous situations. We'll call it moral ambiguity, right? The gray area of right versus wrong. Because we know there's a lot of that. It's kind of like black matter in the universe. There's a lot of it. And somehow we need to figure out how to address it, right? You can look at it that way. So if you're out camping with your friends and you're in the territory of a bear, but you don't know that. You don't know that you're in the territory of an aggressive, probably rabid bear, and you come into contact with them, and instead of trying to scare you off, they actually charge at you, and they're ready to rip your throat out and kill you and your friends. Some people would say, well, you shouldn't do anything about the situation because it's the bear's territory. Leave animals alone, right? But at the same time, that might be a concession to just allowing the bear to kill you and your friends. So do you stand up for yourself and your friends from being possibly killed? Or do you just let the bear tear you guys to pieces? How would you address a situation like that? Now, if you had to kill the bear to save yourselves, the desired outcome is that you guys didn't die, but the bear did. With moral principle, in that sense of leave animals alone, for example, well, you would leave the bear alone, but they would kill you. So what do you do in situations like that? How do you break past a situation like that? You figure, I think for the most part, we do have some kind of self-preservation instinct. We don't want to be torn up by a bear, right? I don't want to get shredded to pieces by a bear if I'm just out camping. Even if I feel emotionally hollow or don't feel like I have something to live for in life. That's not an invitation to just get brutally murdered, right? So, some people will be like, all right, well, you resorted to lethal force to stop the bear, but you didn't necessarily want to do that. That was just the only pragmatic solution at the time. Does that mean that since you may have had a temporary violation of moral principle, does that make you a bad person because you had your self-preservation and you were trying to save your friends? If anything, you can make the argument that was probably the right thing to do. Not because the bear's life doesn't matter, but because the bear was the aggressor and your life matters too. And last I checked, I think you have the right to defend yourself, self-defense. So, I don't know. I hope that kind of perspective makes sense. I know some people would be like, oh, you're permissive to violence and shit. Let's be honest, the bear didn't want you around, but you also don't want to get brutally murdered bear. That's a good point. Wolverines are known for stealing kills from brown bears. Kane says Mike the philosophical dasher. That's funny. Hey stud buddy, how you doing? Good to see ya. I saw you pop in. I just wanted to finish my thought before I followed up with other comments. Ah! I don't know what that was. Can turn you guys around. We're almost there. So I gotta make... Oh, it's right here. Coquina Elementary. Apparently we're a few minutes late, but that's okay. I gotta see where am I going. I guess the front. I guess we're at the front office. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Kane. I know it took a little while to get around to the main point, but I think you understand why. Hey, how's it going? Kirsten?
Yes.
Or Kirsten? Is it Kirsten?
Kirsten.
Okay, Kirsten.
I was like, is that, how do you write with that thing?
Yeah, that's how I roll. I usually use my bigger bike sometimes too, but got the job just fine here.
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Have a good one.
You too.
And remember, stay in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get it because, you know, we literally went to a school just now. That was bad. Okay, so that was $6, not too bad. Oh, we got another order. Well, that's a little rough, but okay. I guess we're gonna do this one. Oh, wait. All right, $10.80 for about 4.5 miles. It's 23 items though. But hey, we're taking it. All right, how many orders we need? We are at. Did I say 93? Yeah, so this is 92. There we go. 92 to 100. Training a body part every 6th day is good. Almost a bro split though, but it's all good. No, it is. That's actually common practice, Ulf. It's common practice to have a day that's dedicated more specifically to an area that you want to really focus on in isolation. Like, let's say an arm day, for example, you know? Or maybe a shoulder day or whatever, right? Insert muscle group here. It is common practice to have a day that is specifically focused on that area that you want to work on in isolation. Like Samson Dauda, for example. Samson Dauda, he's the most recent Mr. Olympia champion in the IFBB Pro. One of his maybe less impressive muscle groups is his biceps. You know, he's got big arms and he's got a wide back and massive legs and a small waist for a man of his size, right? But he's got like those flat-looking biceps. And they make his arms look rather small in some poses, like the front double and maybe to a lesser extent the side tricep. So he has a dedicated arm day to help focus on making his overall arms and more specifically his biceps bigger. And it's to the point now where his arms look very impressive in almost every pose, in spite of having, you know, the rather flat-shaped biceps. Mike, do I like leg day? Or do you like leg day? Says Kane to me. I mean, you figure leg day it puts a ton of muscle on your frame. So I like it in the sense that a lot of your muscular gains comes from dedicated lower body training. Like, let's say deadlifts, squats, hyperextensions, good mornings, hip thrusts, you know, let's say hack squats, maybe leg presses too, right? Those are all like very good exercises where you can place a lot of load under tension and stimulate a ton of muscle growth. You figure the legs and back in particular, you're going to put a lot of muscle in those areas from dedicated lower body training. And if you're putting a lot of muscle in those particular areas, you're just putting a lot of muscle on your frame in general. Because those areas, well, there's more muscle groups than anywhere else on the body. Now, obviously, just lower body training alone is not enough to build a big back, but still, there definitely are aspects of lower body training that leads to impressive back development. Like the spinal erectors, right? That's that twin column effect that runs across alongside your spinal cord. It gives you like that twin pillar look from the backside of your body across your back. It adds quite a bit of much needed depth to the back. It makes it look thicker. It makes the muscle definition stand out more in that particular area. And then you start developing some of those rigid looking spinal erectors and that lumbar back, right? Especially when you're lean enough, if you pull back your elbows, it sort of gives the illusion of a Christmas tree in the lower back region. You know, it looks very rigid, it looks striated, depending on your genetics as well. And that can look extremely impressive.
and it shows like a trunk look towards the bottom. It literally looks like a tree with a trunk. That can definitely show some very impressive depth and muscularity from, well, a lot of dedicated leg day training, like squats, deadlifts. And then that twin column look from exercises like deadlifts and good mornings across the central part of your back. So it adds a nice level of depth and relative muscularity that can look very impressive, especially when you're lean enough to showcase that definition. And that's why you see a lot of the, a lot of pro bodybuilders, natural or not, doing exercises like those. If bodybuilding, of course, is a big aspiration of yours. And, that being said, back development in particular is something that just takes time and experience. It's a more stubborn area that's harder to connect to for a lot of people. So as a result, you see a lot of newer bodybuilding pros, like pro bodybuilders, that just don't quite have that muscle maturity, density, graininess, and detail from the back side of their physique. It just takes time, especially like the hamstrings, lower back. You tend to see a lot of bodybuilders that are just coming up, just starting out their pro careers, not really having much to work with in those, or not having much to show for it yet. They might have massive arms and full chest, because those areas are easier to connect to. It's complicated as to why that's always the case, but a lot of the time the eyeball test is simply just the fact you can see them. And if you can see a muscle, you can see how it works without having to do guesswork or without having to do a more dedicated proprioceptive approach, like you would probably have to do with your hamstrings and your whole posterior chain. But if you're able to develop that foundation with those areas, then you're setting yourself up for having a ton of muscle mass. And impressive looking muscle mass too. And then these same bodybuilders that are just coming up that are lacking in those areas, they dedicate the time and effort to those areas. And then suddenly, 3, 4, 5 plus years later, you start to see the payoff for the time and effort. And then suddenly they're winning pro shows. Suddenly they're placing top 6 at the Olympia, because they're working on those areas that the judges like to see improvement from. And even if you don't compete or have aspirations to compete, I would still say that if having overall muscularity is a big goal of yours, then definitely work on that posterior chain and the lower body, so you keep adding more overall mass to your frame. And then if you need some dedicated time for areas like arms or maybe chest, maybe shoulders, you can have a dedicated day towards that. Even if all you're doing is just training that specific muscle, right? Even if that's all you're doing. You think the Barbarian twins weren't natty? No, they weren't. They weren't. They're not. Right, the vast, overwhelming majority of the people that go for these movie roles and they need to get jacked, or if they wrestle, or if they play a sport at the top caliber, they are taking performance enhancing. They're taking PEDs, performance enhancers, right? They are. Because from a movie perspective, you also have to think about the amount of time for production. The longer that you spend on production, the more money you're spending on that film. So how do you speed up the process to getting someone jacked for a movie role? Well, supplementation, right? And also, more importantly, as you're getting older, what do you have to do to maintain that physique, potentially keep making improvements so you look more impressive for more movie roles over longer periods of time? Well, again, PEDs. Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, for example. There's no way on this green earth he's natural. And if anyone actually believes that, you're kidding yourself. He was already huge and jacked early on when he was wrestling. And it was extremely likely he was taking PEDs even way back then. Now, he has good genetics too, obviously. He can't get that big and impressive looking without having some kind of solid baseline genetics for it. But I am not convinced at all he was natural. He might have cycled off of PEDs in between movie roles, possibly, right? Because you figure you got to reset your anabolic receptors over time. That way you can still maintain relatively good health, even though you're taking, you know, risky supplements. That's common practice in bodybuilding too. Bodybuilders, when they have their rebound after a show, a lot of the time they will have their I'm not gonna say cleansing phase, but essentially it's a phase of time where they get off all of the major stuff that they were taking for them to get so big and lean, you know, for them to get so ripped and huge for that bodybuilding show. That's their time where they are getting off of their, you know, their D-word regimen, resetting their anabolic receptors, giving their body a much needed break, usually prioritizing blood work during that phase too, just to make sure that everything's okay. And then after a certain amount of time, they go back on the cycles that they were at, making necessary changes when applicable. Hey Queen, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, Henry Cavill? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he took something too. He might have been on a small dosage cycle because he's not that big and he wasn't that lean. He looked very impressive. You know, he looked very impressive for his roles, don't get me wrong, so I'm not trying to imply anything like, oh, you're just saying he looks like a DYEL, right? Do you even look Henry Cavill? It's like, no, they probably just gave him a relatively small dose of TRT. Maybe SARMs, I don't know. Sylvester Stallone, yeah, he's not natural either, right? He's being as jacked as he is. What is he, 80 plus years old now? Or he's getting up there anyway. And again, movie roles, right? I'm sure there's some kind of contractual obligation for him to take some kind of cycle of something. It could be very light, right? At his age, he might just be taking TRT for his movie roles. And by the way, I'm not saying he's always on a cycle either. It's specifically for a film role, if you're an actor and you need to be jacked. Like, let's be honest, these producers, they're not going to wait the first 3 to 5 years of your lifting career to put on maybe 30 pounds of muscle. They're not going to wait 4 to 5 years for it. They're going to wait. They're going to give you maybe about 6 to 8 months during your contract. They're going to give you maybe 6 to 8 months. So how do you speed up that process? Right? And some people might be wondering, well, how about they just pick out people that are already jacked? They do. And they still give them a contractual obligation to take something, to make sure that they stay jacked for the role, or to potentially get bigger or leaner. Like maybe they'll give you diuretic regimens so you get as, you know, as dry and grainy and vascular as possible to look even more impressive. I'm pretty sure they did something like that with Zac Efron when he played in Baywatch, because he looked really he wasn't huge, but he was very, very lean. Like, he had a shredded six-pack. So I'm pretty sure they gave him like diuretics and maybe TRT, if I were to take a guess. And keep in mind, for anyone that's watching, I'm not saying that taking stuff like that's evil. I understand it's just something you got to do to accomplish a certain desired goal or outcome. That's just something you got to do, right? I totally understand that. The whole right or wrong thing, I don't really care. It is your life. It's your body. It's your choice. You want to take something for whatever reason you want. I don't really care. It's none of my business. It's just me explaining why, explaining certain scenarios where people will do things like that and why they'll do it, you know? I hope that makes sense. So it's not me condoning or not condoning, it's just me explaining scenarios and situations and reasons. Raisins and things and stuff, right? I always say raisins and things and stuff. Yeah, no doubt about it, Ulf. There's no doubt about it. And here's the thing, right? There is speculation to it, right? That is a concession I make, is that you have to speculate what these actors or bodybuilders take. They can't openly discuss what they're doing because of legality, right? It's not even just the contract that you sign when you get a movie role. It's also the legality of these PEDs. A lot of them are illegal, especially without a doctor prescription. They might not be illegal to use, but a lot of the time they're illegal to trade. So that's another important distinction there too. So that's why you don't see them openly talking about it, for the most part. Do I like food? Yeah, I like some food. I like tasty food. What about you, Kane? Do you like food? Do you like yourself a nice day of cheese pizza? Remind me to get a refill on my water when I'm in here. Alright, so we made it to Aldi, and I did bring quarters this time, so we're all good with that. Gonna give you guys the POV Peachy Card Cam, courtesy of my friend Tracy from Bayou Blazing Peach. Do I like the Arable account? No. I do not. What about you, Kane? Do you like the Arable account? Let me know in the comment section down below. Alright, let's send the text. There we go. Okay, this order's actually not that bad. Alright. So what do we got? Looks like we got some dressing, we got some turkey thingy, some frozen stuff, a pack of soup, some condiments, and some dairy stuff, some eggs, and then we got produce, 10 bananas. So almost half of this order is bananas. As far as item count.
Can you help push him back? It's dead.
Oh.
Tell them it's dead.
Okay, yeah.
It's all good. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Let's see. Hey, Kane and Ulf, you know what's funny? Is that if AJ saw me doing that, he would tell me that I'm virtue signaling. I'm virtue signaling if I'm helping a guy push his dead wagon back. Go figure, right? Mike, the virtue signaling bike dasher. Alright, let's start getting this order.
Have a great day, man.
Banana. Oh, good. So, yeah, I want to get some bananas. Yeah.
White or green?
It's almost half the order. 10 bananas. Okay, then we gotta get some lettuce. Okay, pardon me, pardon me. Lettuce, lettuce, lettuce. I find the lack of cooperation in these aisles to be disturbing. That's okay. Now I gotta get some milk. Yeah, I am. Excuse me.
So you're not a good driver of a buggy.
So I'm able to get June 2nd for this one. And I'm able to get May 27th. This is the latest I can get for that one. Yeah. What's going on, Stitch Love? Good to see you. Hope you're having a decent day today. We're getting another Doordash on the count. We got 92 more before we get a perfect AR with Doordash. Okay, I think this is it. gotta get the tomato on the van. There we go. Make sure these are good. Pretty solid. And that's a PLU 4011. No! There we go. Cool, got it. Alright, looks like Ulf's heading out. Thanks, Ulf. Hope you have a good day, buddy. And thanks for hanging out with me, buddy. Stitch Love says, not good, but how are you? Yeah, sorry to hear you're not doing so well. I'm sure your day will get better, Stitch Love. Hopefully, anyway. I'm doing alright. Oh, there they are. Buried behind the box. Alright, we got 2 items left. Just got 1 item to go. Okay. I swear there's no coordination in the store. Alright. So, who's next? Who's coming? Alright, anyone need to come this way? Alright. Yeah, no problem. Excuse me. That's not the right one. Just, yeah, it's the correct item. What are you talking about? Okay. And not going back that way. Okay. Now, it's been a pretty interesting flow of discussion today, I would say. Appreciate you guys participating in that. Now we're going to check out this order. I'll take it from there.
Please place the card into the card reader and follow these. Please take your items and receipts. Thank you for shopping it all.
Let's get out of here. Gonna tape up the eggs real quick, just so the carton doesn't open. And if the carton doesn't open, it is much less likely to, for the eggs to break and whatnot. So far, we've had a 100% success rate with that. And as I always say, I get that idea from Sunny Chronicles. Go show her some love. Coming up with that brilliant idea of putting Scotch tape on stuff. It's a really, really good idea. It's been a lifesaver. That sword is not too heavy. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's see, Detroit says, let's go. Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta fill up my water. I almost forgot.
Yeah, I couldn't fill my water all the way. But it's all good. At least we got some water put back in there. Okay. I haven't kept close track of how much we're at today. I know we're getting there. I think we're going to be past the halfway mark to 60. Although I do have a $100 goal for today. Alrighty, let's get going. Let this customer know that I'm done. I'm on my way to their location. Wow. Oh, I know where that's at. Sweet. On my way with your order. Alright, we got till... Hold on a second. There we go. We got 12:11 to drop this off on time. It's 11:57 right now, so now we're going to go drop this order off. We'll do our thing. And we're going to still have till... I'm going to give myself till about 2. Maybe earlier, depending on whether or not things drop off a cliff. That tends to happen around this time of day. But it's all good. You know, we're just putting ourselves closer and closer to that $100 goal for the day. At least we're out here making some money, even if I don't quite make my goal, right? Plus, I'm hanging out with you guys, and we're getting some watch time, and getting some fresh air, some exercise. So, all is well. Alright, so yeah, we made 13 with Doordash earlier. This makes us $10.80, so that would be $23.80 plus 13. That would be $36.80 for the day. And yeah, we are ahead of yesterday's forecast around the same amount of time. So we're actually doing halfway decent, relatively speaking. Halfway decent. Plus, yesterday wound up being quite solid overall anyway. So, got the eye on the prize, am I right? That prize is $100. Holla for $100. Hope you guys are having a lovely day so far. The weather's pretty nice out. It's a little warm out, but we're getting a gentle breeze. Baby, please. And it's always nice to get some fresh air, you know. So hope you guys are having a good day so far. Out there crushing your goals. Whether you do gig work or not, hope you guys are out there crushing your goals. Ow! Yeah, them bumpy wumpies.
the left. We are good on the left, and we're good on the right. To the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. All right, we got a little less than 11 minutes to go. So what we're gonna do? It's 12 o'clock. It's 12:01 on the dot. We got 10 minutes. So we're gonna take. We're gonna take Barna, and then. Actually, do I want to take Barna? Yeah, I'll take Barna. We're gonna take Barna to Jamaica Street. Oh shit! I had a grasshopper jump at me just now. I don't see too many of those around here. The hippity hops and you don't stop grasshoppers, am I right? That was pretty neat. That was neato-rific, as one might say, neato-rific. Alright, what is this? 1081? 1081. Huh. Any of those is 1081 over there. It's usually in 5s or 0s. So, that's odd. Get it? Odd. Because it was an odd number. That's odd. Because it was an odd number. Yeah, it was nice to find everything on that order. It's always very NOICE when you can do that. Okay, they're gonna make a right. Are they gonna look to the right? Okay. I'll let it slide. And this pickup truck, are you gonna look? Yeah, are they looking? I think they're looking. Okay, cool. Sweet. Thank you. Thank you for looking. Thank you for not running over my giblets. I am forever thankful. Okay, it looks like we've still got some battery life with a charger, so that's good. Thinking about taking DJ back out again later on. My DJ bike, the one I'm riding right now. Thinking about taking it out again later. Because apparently I did not fully fix that tube for the tire for Juliet. Because it's still flattened out. And I knew something was wrong because when I was out riding that last night, I heard the tread. The tread was very loud against the ground. So when you got lower PSI, it's louder when it's running over the pavement. And it felt like it had good traction, you know, but it was also compromising my acceleration and top range. So I knew that I didn't fully fix the problem. So I'll have to re-diagnose it. But you get no traction with like gravel, sand. You don't get any traction with that. So whenever I see that, I'm like, uh-oh, bad juju. But luckily, all is well so far, until I'm not. Then I might die. But if I die, then, well, I don't know. All right, Jamaica. Actually, no. Hey, Candy. Oh, wait. Is that your other account, Candy? I hope that's the real Candy. I think someone was pretending to be Sam Lee the other day on my channel. So I just want to make sure. What the? When was this made? May 16th. Huh? You had to delete your privacy issues. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we're just dropping off at Doordash right now. So we're on Jamaica, and we're gonna make a right up ahead on Bahama. Let's see. I know you don't do. Oh, you'll briefly Discord you about it. Okay, cool beans. Well, sorry about whatever issues you're dealing with there, Candy. But glad to see you. Hope you're having a decent day today. Yeah, we're gonna drop off this order. That's gonna put us at, what did I say, 36.80 for the day. So we're getting there bit by bit. We actually started the day off with some roadie orders. Then I started getting some Doordashes. So that was neat. You've been subbing to everyone all morning. I have to still go through, see if I missed anyone. Fair enough. Queen says you got $2 peak pay. Oh wow, cool. That's heckin' dope. Is that $2 per order? That's pretty good. You figure orders that you would already take, make an extra $2 for it. That is neato-rific. We can go. Can we go? Can we go? All right, we're good. Good. Ow. Alright, where the heck is this place? Wait a minute, it says 75. Huh? Is it? Okay, I guess it's 1075. Yeah, where's 1081? Where the heck is that? 1081. Yeah, it says apartment 1075 306. The number of this complex. Maybe that's what it is. Like the whole complex, not just like one building in the complex. Because it only goes up in 5s and 0s here. You know? So I'm gonna assume it's over here. And I know 1075's up ahead. Yeah, there's no 1081. Huh. Glad I read that. Let's see, Queen's going to be at $60 after that. Hey, way to go, Queen. I'm going to be at 36 and change after this one. Okay. Out of 8 zones inside the city, only 2 have the peak pay. Corey's got $2 to $3 peak pay. Oh, interesting. Hey, Colleen, we're just dropping off another Doordash. 1080 for about, what was it, four and a half miles. So, fairly reasonable, I would say. Reasonable. Probably the best way to put most of these orders I do. All right, what was it? Oh, right on time. All right, I'll be right back. Just hold down the fort for me, guys. I'll be back in a moment. Let's see, did I put that down for the count? Let me see. I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay, so we got 92 more Doordashes to go before we get that perfect AR. Counting them down bit by bit, ladies and gentlemen. When we get that perfect AR, I don't know. I might stick with it. Honestly, I might. I mean, we're making more overall money that way, so might as well. And then maybe I can add a tagline to the channel, be like, home of the 100% AR bike dasher, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, appreciate you guys being along for the journey. Journey. Excuse me. This is quite possibly the journeyest of all journeys to ever be a journey. What do you guys think? Is this the journeyest journey of all time? You guys like the usage of journey? It's like, bro, do you even journey? You know what I mean? Let's see, Candy says bless. Thanks. We still get that pollen out here. So it'd be like that, you know? It'd be like that. You're right on the edge of the 2 zones, and I usually get orders that take me to that zone. Yeah, living life on the edge, right, Corey? Corey, the Canadian man. Corey he's the Canadian he's the Canadian man with a Canadian plan. That's how he rolls. That's why we like Corey, because he's heckin' dope. I guess we'll head west again. You know, most of the orders we've gotten today were west, so it makes sense to me. No! Wait. Ah. Okay, that was the wrong button. Gonna check Roadie, see what we got, if there's anything with Roadie. Nothing. Okay. I got myself on the schedule for Shipped as well. You know, receive offers from Shipped. Haven't seen anything yet though. So it's been the 2 roadies and everything else Doordash. Ow. Once I get to that 100 AR, we'll put Uber Eats and Grubhub back on too. Because I still like to try to get orders from them if I can, you know. As long as they're good. I don't really care all that much if I get like rewards program perks from either of them. I mean, Uber Eats, I would go for it if I could, but they just never send me enough offers. They send me like, on average, they send me maybe about 3 or 4 per week. And it's like a 40 to 50% chance that it's actually worthwhile, you know? So when the order volume's that low, it's just not really worth it to me. That's why I also keep it off most of the time. It's like, you know, do it just enough to keep the account active and sometimes get a decent order, but otherwise it's mainly Doordash, Shipped as a distant but not too distant second, and a distant third would be Roadie. The thing about Roadie too is that you can be inactive for as long as you want, or at least I was anyway, and my account was still active. So you at least from my experience anyway, you don't think Uber is that popular here versus other platforms? Yeah, probably not. I know some places Uber Eats can be really, really good, but for the most part, Uber is just playing second fiddle to Doordash. That's really what it is, right? Just by sheer market share alone, they're playing second fiddle to Doordash. And think about it this way too. You see all these journeys, and these testimonials of people that use apps like Walmart Spark or Instacart or Amazon Flex or some other app that is like their powerhouse, and then suddenly one day they get deactivated for dumb reasons from them. What do they usually fall back on? Doordash. It makes sense, right? Because you figure Doordash, even if it's not the single best app in every market, Doordash is everywhere. And Doordash is constantly exploring different verticals for their business. That way, they're finding all kinds of stuff that can get delivered, all kinds of things that can get done. And in return, that gives us more opportunities to make money. And I see that as a good thing. I just noticed that a lot of the time when people get deactivated from their favorite non-Doordash platform, they fall back on Doordash. And then when I hear about people not having Doordash, it's like, you know, just sign up anyway, right? You never know if suddenly you need to start using Doordash because you get deactivated from Walmart Spark. Plus, it's always a good idea to sign up with, you know, as many viable apps as you can. Just make sure you got some kind of options to kick work. Even if you wind up not even using the platform itself. At least not at the moment. Yeah. I just think it's good practice. So I want to see you guys succeed out there. And make sure that you got some kind of plan B if your plan A falls apart. In 2021, when I was part of Instacart was starting to become my main app to use. And then, you know, it didn't really work out in the end. So then I was like, all right, well, I got Doordash and I got Shipt. So I have options. And I know I was on Grubhub for a few months at that time. And then the following year, I signed up for Uber Eats. And then I was on the wait list for Spark. I got signed up for Spark. And what was that? That was around a little after Thanksgiving, 2023. So that was about a 13, 14 month wait. And that was pretty nice until it didn't work out. But at least I had a plan B. Plus, guess what? Doordash! Yay! Hooray! I still have Doordash. I know at one point Shipt was my primary app. But then there just weren't enough good orders going around anymore. So then, what did I do? Doordash. Heck, there were a couple of times when I visited my mom and brother, you know, go out of town and visit them, and I would bring one of my bikes with me. That way, during slow times, while I was still down there with them, I could just go out for a couple hours on Doordash. So I know the other apps would be useless, so I was like, alright, well, let's try out some Doordash. That was neat. Yeah, we're just heading back to our main zone. Hit the refresh button. Okay, we're good. Nice. Oh yeah, Candy. I did a Shipt order yesterday. It was a really big order. So the base pay was $15. It was 53 items, and the order. Ah shit. Are we still? Okay. I loaded everything up on the cargo trailer, and then I dropped it off. It was 5 miles away from where I was at. And I made sure I kept the customer in the loop the whole time about what happened, because I was running late as well. They were understanding. They were pretty cool, you know, they were cool with everything. And I reassured them that their perishables were in my delivery bag, because it's insulated, right? So nothing melted or anything like that. And they were just really impressed that I managed to do their order on my bike setup. And they tipped me $40 in cash. So that was really, really awesome. I mean, I was feeling quite the roller coaster of emotions yesterday after that, well, before and after that happened. But it was really nice that it wound up working out like that, you know? So we wound up getting paid $55 in total for it. $40 cash tip, that's pretty sweet. Hey RC Fartsy, how you doing? I know, right? $40 cash tip. It's not the biggest tip I've ever gotten, but it might be the biggest cash tip I've ever gotten. So that was really cool. And it was cool to have a lot of people tag along when I was getting it done. More of a testament that even though the first plan and first attempt didn't quite work out in my favor, I still got it done. You know? I still managed to get it done, given my all. doing good. I would ask how you are, but seems like you're doing pretty good today. Oh yeah, that order was from yesterday. Today we're at $36 and change. It's daytime hours are usually pretty slow on Friday, but I've been waking up early consistently, so I figured, all right, let's go out and do some Doordash, and let's keep working on that 100%, that journey to 100% AR. So we got 92 orders to go before we get there. We started off at 96 this morning, so we got 92 more orders to go to get that 100% AR. Still, that's 55% for that entire order, even if you did 1.5 hours. Yeah, it still wound up being really good, you know? It was great. That's why I like using Shift, because a lot of my all-time best orders are on that platform, you know? Like that one order that I did well before I was a bike dasher, I got a $65 tip from that, and the order paid $81.65. The highest paying order I've ever done. And, you know, looking back at that, I could have actually done that on a bike. I mean, this was before I was a bike dasher, but if I ever get an offer from that customer ever again, I'm gonna snatch that real quick. I'll snatch that hella quick, am I right? And I'll do it with my cargo trailer, get a big fat paycheck for it. Because, you know, I might be on a bike, but I'm crazy enough to do it. And way more often than not, it seems to pay off, work out in my favor. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm subscribed to Mike the Bike Dasher. Are you? Ah, there you go, Artsy. I like that, man. That is heckin' dope. I thought I gave you a wrench already, but let me give you that. And I'm gonna pin that comment. That comment is many heckin' dopes. I like that. Alright, what do we got? Oh sweet, I got my handlebar extender. So I ordered a handlebar extender in the mail. That way I can put my front basket on this bike. And, you know, actually while it's slow, we can get that done. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? So I'm gonna end the dash for now. And I'm gonna go back to the house, which is just back that way. It's like 3/4 of a mile, not even. I'll put that handlebar extender on this bike, and I'll put the front basket on it. It's pretty cool. It's 15 inches long, it's 10 inches wide, 10 inches deep, and it's foldable, and I could carry it like a hand basket, and it's easily detachable, and it was pretty cheap. Hey Colleen. Candy says, I'm still in the background. We're supposed to get a really bad storm, so I'm making sure everything's charged if we lose power. Yeah, stay safe, Candy. At least as best as you can. Hope you got a bathtub and things like that. And I appreciate you being here with us, as always. Maximizing your space and profits. Yeah. I can't fit it on my bigger bike, because my bigger bike, the handlebars are too cluttered. There's just too much on it. And the shape of it is not as ergonomic for it. But it's going to work for this bike because, you know, a lot of the time on this bike in particular, I'll get orders small enough to just fit on a little basket like that without having to take the bag off and put it in the bag and zip it up and then put the bag back on. So it's going to help in that sense too. And Corey's highest paying was $127 catering order. Oh, during the whole pan, during the pan, right? The 2020 pan. 127 catering. Wow. That is a great order. Happy for you, Corey. Those kind of orders are super many heckin' dopes. And Corey says, see you in a bit. Take care, buddy. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you being here. I love how you're always improving, always thinking about the customers, their items. Well, this is how I roll, man. You know, I like what I do, and you know, I put a lot of thought and care, love and effort into what I do. That's just how I am. I tried to fit it on my setup right now with just these handlebars, and it doesn't quite do it. It's mainly because the handlebars are it's not long enough, plus the mechanical brakes, the mechanical brake levers get in the way. So it's a rarity to see your level of customer service. Well, I mean, as long as I keep documenting what I do and how I'm doing it, and you know, people are following along with my journey, then maybe that'll inspire other people too. But either way, I'm just out here doing my thing, and appreciate you guys being invested in the journeyest of all journeys. You know, I'm going around saying, bro, do you even journey? Hit the record button. Alright, we're back home. And, I gotta get the garbage cans in. The garbage man came. Hurrah! There's my package. Aha! Here we are. Pretty nifty. It's a handlebar extender. So we'll get that bad boy set up. That's all done. This will give me a minute to also do a tinkle, fill up my water, things and stuff. So this is the handlebar itself, and these are the clamps that hold it. And basically, you put one side of them on the handlebars of the bike to hold this. So, gives you more space to work with. I had one
for one of my other bikes. So I figured, one of my older bikes. So I figured I got another one for this one. And then I'll show you the basket that I have. And here it is. See, it looks like a tote bag, right? Except you use these clamps to hold it up on the handlebars like that. So they couldn't fit on the main handlebars of the bike, but they're going to fit on this. So that'll give me that much needed expanded space to be able to hold some more stuff, you know? I know I could fit like a fully jam-packed paper bag. I could fit a paper bag, like a fully loaded paper bag in this thing. Some other stuff. And trust me, the way that I pack, that's a lot of stuff. So, I know a lot of you guys have come to realize that about me. Some people even call me the master packer. And to that I say, you guys are heckin' dope. That's what I gotta say about that. So I'm going to put this bad boy on, or figure out exactly how I want to position it. I know this main side's got to be the first one. I think I have an idea. Ooh, I have an idea. It's a spicy idea. I'm going to put this directly right next to the mechanical levers, because it's the narrowest part of the handlebars on this bike. Oops. Whoopsie daisy. If I can, just gotta make sure I do the thing with the thingy. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the thing with the thingy. Okay, so that's gonna go. Aha! There we go. Got it. Got it. We got it. All right. There we go. We're doing the thing. That's heckin' dope. And what is that? Weather? Okay. Whatever. I was thinking only for the night. Oh, no! New! Okay, hold on. We got this. All I gotta do is just do the thing with the thingy. That's all I gotta do. Nothing else to it. But I gotta get the thing in the thingy. That's what she said. Let's see. Come on, get in there. It's too crooked. Oh, wait. Ah, gosh dang it. Alright, plan B. Let me take this thingy off, because I probably don't need it. And then we'll just use the other thingy to get it done. Maybe that'll work better. Let's see. Okay, that might work. Okay, just hope it's not too loose. Because if it's foot loose, and then I gotta kick off my Sunday shoes. I think that, yeah, that's too loose. Poopy doopy. Okay, too loose. Me gots to try it again. Let me slide you guys over. I'll slide you guys my DMs right over here. That'll work. I'm gonna do it out there too. Get that breeze action. It's heckin' hot out. Okay, that's better. Kinda, sorta, maybe somewhat. Maybe I could just put it there instead. That might work better. So if I situate it all the way up, or towards the center. Maybe that'll work better. Yeah, that might be better. Oh yeah, the other day when my landlord had that incident where she had to go to the ER, it was dehydration, and apparently the dehydration led to a mini stroke. That's what her neurologist said. So basically, she needs to get enough salt in her diet and to drink enough water as like preventative care, which makes sense. I've been on her case about drinking enough water, so hopefully she ups her agua game. Don't want to see something like that happen again, you know? And figures the primary hospital that she was at here, they couldn't even figure that out. Idiots. And then I was asking her, I was like, I wonder how they're still even open here. And it's because they are the only one. They are the, I was saying it, you guys remember when I was telling you guys, right? Like, you know, even in the healthcare system, they're trying to run out other hospitals in their area to be the only one. And when you're the only one, there's no incentive to improving because, well, people are still going to rely on you, even if your service is crap. And that's exactly why that parish place is still open here. Because they are the only hospital to get basic care from here. And that's why a lot of her specialty doctors are in Orlando instead of being in Titusville. So, very unfortunate, but, you know, what do I always say? I digress. Oop. Agua es muy importantes. It is many importantes indeed. Okay, I want to position this just right. I think I'll take this off too. I could probably move this elsewhere. I was originally using it as a cup holder. Yeah, get off! Get off! This. But it's too flimsy to actually hold a big cup. So I've actually been using it to hold my battery charger. So instead of doing an Amazon return to get my $7 back, I actually found it for a different use. And in that sense, it's doing fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are this one. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I want to try to put it in the very middle. Hey, Share Bear. Share Bear is still here. Noise. That is very nice. I'm glad you're still here with us, Share Bear. You are heckin' dope. Okay, can I do the thing with the thingy if I do it like this? Ooh, I think I can. I think I can do the thing with the thingy, guys. I think I can. Can I? Come on! Get in there. Come on! Okay, maybe I gotta slide it over a tiny bit. Aha! Got it. Got it. Got it. Doop, doop, doo, 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 doo. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay, I think we got it. Noise. It's pretty noise. Get a puppy side basket for Lucy. Yeah, I'd be curious to see how she would react to something like that. I don't know if it's legal to try that, though. Maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe you're just overthinking about the law. Oh, look at you, goody two-shoes, abiding by the law, law-abiding citizen. Oh. There we go. I'll show you guys the finished product after I'm done. Just gotta make sure the other thing is in the thingy. That's what a lot of this kind of work boils down to. If you put the thing in the thingy, then the thingy works. And that's what she said. Okay, does that... Oh, it doesn't open up all the way like that. Interesting. Okay. I don't think it needs to. I don't know if is that going to fit? Nah, it's not going to fit with that. I'll just have to go without the washer. Or as they say in Washington, the washer. You can't use the washer if you live in Washington. Just a FYI for you guys. For any of my Washington audience. And Washington representing. Maybe. I don't know. Is there anyone from Washington in my audience? Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. I don't actually say wash like wash. I've just... I tried to do a funny. Come on, get in there! Yeah. New. Okay, it's almost there. Up. Houston, we have made contact. We have made contact with Houston. And just remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to have an amazing, maize as in corn, relationship with someone, communication is key. That will help make sure that things go silky smooth. From husk till dawn. Okay, we're getting there. Sweet. Hurrah. And okay, I think that's about even Steven. Alright, yeah, that should be about even Steven. The kids say even Steven anymore? Probably not. They probably say like Skibbity or something. I don't know. I know my buddy Kane, he can vouch for that, I think. Or he can correct me in the comments down below. Okay, I'll show you guys the finished product as soon as I get this done. Just got to do a righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Lucy. And then I'll show you the finished product. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the finished product. And then Colleen gives a big old thumbs up. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you very much. That thumbs up is heckin' dope. And if you guys like the video, then lick it. That's that thumb-shaped button. It could be the one that points downward if you think that I'm a poopy head. But if you like what you see, then lick it. Oops, daisy. Okay, let's keep on going. Want to make sure it's nice and tight. Nice and tight. Bushka watches Mike the Bike Dasher. I like Bushka, he's cool. I like his accent. He's Irish. An Irishman from Ireland. Mike the Bike Dasher. If you guys like Bushka, subscribe to his channel and lick his videos. He's got a cute dog. He's a handsome doggo. Snap! Okay, that'll work. NOICE. He's got a cool community where you can make new friends. I know him and a few of his pals that I've met over there. They come over here sometimes too. And then I'm like, hey, it's Bushka, the Irishman from Ireland who watches Mike the Bike Dasher. So that's pretty nice. No! Disaster. Yeah. Why must things like that happen to me? It's okay. No biggie. Okay, so we got the handlebar extenders on. I'll show you what they look like and what they do. So, this thingy here. That's that plus this little part plus this part. You can lift it up too. That gives me more surface area to work with. In case I want to put some additional attachments on this bike, you know. Which is the goal. That's the particular goal that we've got going on at the moment. Because our goal is to get my basket set up on here. And I got to set it up using these clamps. So, one for each side. What did I do with... Oh, it's over here. So, the basket itself is a decent size. Ergonomic shape, which is many importantes, or so I've been told. Now I just got to get these bad boys on the handlebar extender, and then we're good. See exactly how I want to put them on here. I think I'll... Okay, it's out of the way from the front bell, so that's good. Okay, I think that'll work. Let me see. Yeah, I think that'll work. Might have to get creative with the actual the camera mount, though. I might have to move that in a different spot. Maybe. Seems a little loose. Yeah, it does seem loose. Okay, well, plan B. I'll use those washers that came with the handlebar extenders. Maybe that's what it was meant for. Maybe it was meant to... Oops. Maybe it was meant to go on that. So these little thingies. So maybe that's... Yeah, maybe that's what I can do. Do it like that. Okay. Let's try that out. Either way, we're going to get this bad boy on here. That's the only thing that matters in life. Is doing the thing with the thingy. Okay. Oh yeah, that'll work. Sweet. Alright, we did a good thingy. Get it nice and tight so it holds. Hopefully holds well. Ah! No! You were not supposed to do that. No! No! Okay. So that will work. And then we'll repeat for the same side. Repeat it from the same side. The same side in Ireland as an Irishman who watches Mike the Bike Dasher. Oh, wait. I'm missing something. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I gotta slide that in there. It's like those Lincoln Logs. That's right. You guys remember Lincoln Logs? I thought those toys were pretty heckin' dope. Feel free to let me know in the comment section down below if you have fond memories of Lincoln Logs. Okay, so... Alright, this is going to be a little tricky. But what I gotta do is wrap that, and then I gotta slide it like this. Assuming it works. Aha! There we go. Got it. See? So that's the thing that I did with the thingy. Now I gotta see if it'll take the washer like that. I guess not. I think I got more washers. I might have to try a different one. Maybe. What if I do it without the washer? That might actually do better, maybe. I'll try it without the washer. And, okay. I got a slight obstacle. I gotta move it past the bell. Oh, wait, never mind. Never mind. I just slid the bell out of the way. And speaking of bell, if you want to get notified the next time I upload a video or live stream, ring that Taco Bell. It sounds like this. That's the sound that the Taco Bell makes when you get notified that I live stream and upload a video and things and stuff. Okay, looks like that'll do better. Nice. Or should I say, noise. Very noise. And then, I'll do a little wrap around. I wonder if it'll be... Maybe I have... I don't know. I gotta think about something. I must think about a thingy for a moment. What I'll do is I'll lift you guys up. And I'll lift you guys like that. For now. And then slide that in here. Noise, very noise. We are getting somewhere with this whole thingy. And then, yeah, I'll figure out more from that point on. Okay. Yeah, I want to tighten that just a tiny bit more. Okay, there we go. And now, we got the basket from this basket case. Okay, and then ooh, sweet. Okay, we got something here. I am wondering though. I wonder how well that's going to hold. That'll be interesting to find out, I guess. But I'll show you guys what I did. I will show you guys the thing that I did. Ta-da! Check it out, baby. So, the handlebar extender, right above the brake levers, extends just out far enough to hold the basket. And the basket itself, like I mentioned before, it's 10 inches wide, 10 inches tall, and it's 15 inches long. So that helps expand our cargo capacity a tiny bit more on this bike. And it's pretty easy to remove, right? It'll just remove like this. Man. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And it's got the handles, or the straps, I mean, so I can take it in the store, use it to go shopping. So that is pretty nifty. What do you guys think? You think that's pretty nifty? Let me know in the comment section down below. But now what I got to figure out is where exactly am I going to place the camera setup? Gotta think about that. Maybe you should get a handlebar extender for that. Oh, wow. Nah, I don't think so. Actually, I wonder. I am doing a wondering if it will actually fit a different way. Huh. Wait a minute. Maybe we're onto something here. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, it does bend it a little bit though. Okay, maybe not that. Trying to think. This. Wait a minute. I mean, I could also just kind of point it outward, I guess. Maybe. Hold on. I might have something here. I might. I think I just might have something. So let me... It does put you guys a little closer to my face. Ah! Not like that. Whoops-a-daisy. But let's see. I don't know if I love it. Don't know if I love the idea. But let's see. How close is my face to the camera? Like this. That is quite close, actually. If I tilt it upward, though. That might work. Yeah, it just might work, actually. Actually, maybe I'll do it like... Actually, wait. I has another idea. Ow. Me has other idea. I think this will work better. I think it'll work better. So let's move this around a little bit. Not like that. Okay, I think we're onto something. Ooh, wait. I think we got it. I think we just might have it. We just might. Plus, I'm gonna wind up doing this anyway. Not a lot of room to move it though. What happens if I lower it some more? Nah. Maybe. That might work. I'll show you what I'm doing. So that's how it would look. It would look like that. Because there wasn't enough room for it to be sticking out like that. Plus, it would create some conflict of interest if I'm grabbing the brake versus, like the space in here. So, I don't think it would even reach. So, this should help keep it a bit more stable. Maybe it won't wobble quite as much while I'm riding out here. And of course, we got the front basket set up. And easy to remove, nothing's in the way. In case we want to remove it for any reason. Raisins and things and stuff. So, I think that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. That is doable, I would say. Nice. So, overall... oh yeah, I got one more thing I gotta put back on. I gotta put this back on. Where am I gonna place it? Would it fit? I think... What the heck was that? Jeez, man. Anyway. I just realized something. Just put it in the basket. So I don't need this then. Okay. That'll... Stop! Anyway. Hey Jack, how you doing? I was setting up the front basket for this bike. My DJ bike, the smaller one. We made a little under $37 today. So we did okay as far as that. But I'll show you what I wound up doing when we got back. So I got my handlebar extender in the mail today. It's being held up by these clamps on the main handlebars. Gives me that added space, which allowed me to put the clamps for the front basket on here. The front basket itself, it's 15 inches long, 10 inches tall, 10 inches wide. So that helps give us some much needed cargo space. And it's easily removable too, so just like this. Ta-da! And it's got straps, so we could take it inside and do shopping that way if I wanted to. Things and stuff. So I think that's pretty heckin' dope. What do you think? And I did have to move the gimbal a little bit to make space, but it wound up working. So that's what we wound up doing when I got back home. Plus I got the garbage cans off the curb. So
How's your day going, Jack? You having a good day? Great setup. Looks like it's from the future. Cool. Thanks, dude. Oh yeah, I could put my Drinky Winky in here. Ta-da! I mean, I could. Whether or not I will is a different story. But I could. Gonna throw this bad boy on charger. You looking forward to working Sunday? Been slacking this week? Yeah. Been slack-a-lacking? Rather than crack-a-lack-a-smacking, like my buddy D from Gig Work 101 would say. Well, it's all good. You get back in the grind, right? But yeah, I am back home. I'm not going to head back out until later. Because I'm not going to be getting any orders right now. That's okay. You know, we're $36.80 or $36.80 richer than yesterday. So that's pretty heckin' dope, I would say. And we've got 92 more orders to go to conclude our 100% AR journey. The journeyest of all journeys to ever be a journey. So we got that to look forward to tonight on our $100 goal, which I think we could pull off. I think we can do it. But anyway, I'm going to head inside, maybe take a little shower, have some lunch, take Lucy for a walk a little later on. So if you guys enjoyed today's stream, just don't forget to hit that lickety split button. It's the one that's shaped like a thumb. Subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do so, and ring that taco bell so you get notified the next time I upload. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of today's stream. What would you like to see next for the channel? Anything and everything like that, let me know in the comments. And if you're looking for some other interesting things and stuff, links in the description box down below. I'll be coming out later on tonight, so be on the lookout for that. And on that note, love you guys, appreciate your continued support of my channel, and I'll see you then. Take care.